Hello friends, welcome back to Our Unruly Nest. My name is Amber. I'm so glad that you can join me today for a conversation. I have my water. Real quick, I'm still just a little bit hoarse. I have been sick. I actually just spent an entire week in bed. So I'm feeling much better, but my throat is still just a little froggy, if you will, so excuse my water drinking. If you're new here, this is a lifestyle channel. I am a stay-home mom of two. We are a family of faith, but we do choose to secular homeschool. So I'm glad that you're here. My daughter is 9, for those of you that do not know, and my son is 3. He is special needs and also just very medically complex. So that's a little bit about my background and my family. But we are here today to discuss the good and the beautiful. So if you clicked on this video, you probably know why we're here. And I'm hoping that we can have a respectful, honest conversation, and that I just want a friendly reminder that this is to remain a safe, respectful place for everyone. Even if your opinion does not match, say, mine or someone else in the comments, I want to be very, very upfront that I will not ever allow this space to become anything different other than an authentic, safe place where we show tolerance. This world would be a very boring place if we were all the same. So as long as we keep it respectful, I would love to hear your individual feedback and opinions at the end of the video. That's the whole reason I am making this video, actually. So real quick, why we're here. I want to discuss, is the good and the beautiful racist? That is why we are here today. And if you're wondering, Amber, why? Where on earth did this come from? Well, I'm going to tell you. So I have not had the opportunity to spend a week in bed since the end of my pregnancy with my son, and recovery afterwards, because it was bad. So it's been, a solid 3 years. So stuck in bed with nothing to do except for sleep to get well, or be online, of course, when I wasn't sleeping. And what I noticed is that I was getting multiple comments on my curriculum videos where the good and the beautiful is mentioned, and people were just making blanket statements, no supporting evidence, no nothing, that the good and the beautiful was racist. And I thought, what am I missing? So naturally, I started researching. I wanted to know where that comment was coming from. I initially had my own thoughts and reactions to it, if you will. But again, I don't want to control the tone or the conversation of this channel, so I don't make it a habit to delete things unless they are just nasty and not helpful whatsoever. So I didn't remove them, but I did want to know why. I'm a why person, and if any of you are familiar with Gretchen Rubin and the 4 tendencies, give this video a like. We can be in the same group. But for those of you that are not, check her out. She is phenomenal. For those of you that are, shocker, I'm a questioner with a rebel streak. Imagine that. A little bit of questioner, a lot bit questioner. I'm probably a good split, questioner, rebel. So, but that being said, I am a why person. I do not, it's just my personality, but it's also my psychology training. I am a person of fact. And if somebody is going to persuade me to make lifestyle decisions, such as not ever supporting the good and the beautiful, because they are racist. I want to know why. So, yeah. So I started to look, and I was really hoping that you guys could help me out. Potentially an unpopular opinion, and I hope that I don't offend anyone, but so far, guys, I'm not seeing it. My understanding based off of my research. Let's try to put this in a little bit of a formation here. The question that I am presenting to you, that I have been researching for myself now for over a week, it's actually been almost 2 weeks now, is the good and the beautiful racist? And if you say yes, I would like to know why. Please leave me a comment down below if you know why people feel and believe that the good and the beautiful as a company is racist. Now, I'm going to tell you what I found in my research, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So, when I started seeing this comment, I wanted to know more. So I started Googling, of course. I ended up on the Good and the Beautiful website. In their facts and questions section, there is a question there listed about, whether or not they are racist. Of course, they say no. And so the only other information that I could find was other people's opinions, and they had made blog posts about them. What I found was that out of the blog posts in general, again, this is an opinion, please don't come for me, but I felt personally that it was just a lot of reverse racism, if you will. People who didn't like the good and the beautiful curriculum, how it explained things, how it was, laid out. And that was their entire basis and foundation for accusing the company of being racist. Now, I didn't stop researching there. That's just the first, tier, if you will, that I came to. Right then and there, I had a problem with that. So I just want to put this out there. As someone who is a person of faith, but who secular homeschools, I don't fit in any clean box, if you will. I do not fit in with any of the Christian or religious-based homeschool clubs and groups and cliques in my area because I am not willing to, not be myself. And what that looks like is I'm a very liberal, non-denominational Christian. And I believe in equality and fair rights, and I am a supporter of the, I don't want to get this wrong, LGBTQIA plus community. And so that is just not remotely tolerated in the highly, highly religious area that I live in. So right there, I don't fit into that group. And where I am, there is also no secular homeschooling support. So the support that I get online, I also find that because I am somebody who will not, claim to be anti-religion, anti-God, an atheist, an agnostic, I am not allowed to participate in any of the virtual secular supports either. That's why I created this channel, because, I'm going to come back to that. But I say all that to say, I had a really big problem with, this is just one person's opinion, and this is just a blog post about, basically, from my understanding, they don't like the curriculum or what the company stands for or how they teach it, which I completely get. Beauty of homeschooling, right? Don't use the good and the beautiful. No problem. There are so many other curriculums out there, but I don't get how that's enough support or proof, if you will, to accuse them of being racist and to, I'm going to use the word attack. I'm not using it lightly, to attack other viewers and subscribers and commenters on any YouTube channel, but I am specifically talking about mine right now. And in my opinion, shame another homeschooling family that I'm sure is fighting their own uphill battle if they choose to use the good and the beautiful because you don't care for the curriculum. There's lots in there that we could unpack, but I'm going to try to stay on point here. And that is that first level of I wasn't seeing how the good and the beautiful was racist. But I kept digging because I'm a why person. And this was happening enough that, you know, had it just been like one person, I would, but this was multiple people. And so sorry. So I kept digging, and the only reputable, and I even say reputable hesitantly because it's still a blog post, but I liked and appreciated how she presented her opinion with supporting documents, screenshots, etc. And I will link that down below if you want to see the exact blog that I am referencing right now. But my understanding, according to this one, it was clearly opinion-based and biased, but it was as well laid out as I had seen. She said that the accusation and belief, at least for her, that the good and the beautiful was racist comes from their U.S. government and Constitution curriculum, which is their history curriculum. And so apparently, again, this is not my opinion. I am summarizing this blogger's post, but again, I will leave it linked in the description box so you can read it and you can decide for yourself if I interpreted it accurately. But that basically when they were presenting the parts of history, right? The parts that are difficult to acknowledge and remember, slavery, the many, many people that suffered so that this nation could be built and thrive. This lady felt like the changes that the good and the beautiful made to their history curriculum were watered down. That was one of the phrases that she used, glossed over, and then she said outright just changed history in attempts to make it shinier, prettier, and more easily digestible. And she was highly offended and felt like that made them racist. So that was the only more specific reasoning that I could find. Now, interestingly enough, I have the good and the beautiful history that she was referring to, the new one, because we were planning on using it originally. If you watch any of my past videos, you know that that was our original plan. We are no longer doing that, but I do have it. And so I also have the old version. So she posted screenshots, and I went through and I looked and I saw what she was referencing. And here's the part where this might transition into an unpopular opinion video, if you will. But I saw it. To me, this is my opinion. Please do not come for me. Okay? If you don't agree with me, that is okay. I am okay with that. This is a place of tolerance and acceptance, and as long as we are respectful to each other, we can agree to disagree, or even better yet, we can have open discussions in the comments to try to challenge one another to grow mentally and to be always considering, new information, and if that changes where we stand with things. I am somebody that prides myself on my attempt at always attempting to grow personally. I live very much in a growth mindset. It's the psychologist in me, I'm sure, but also my life, which we will actually discuss a little bit in an upcoming video, and that will be why we secular homeschool as a family of faith, and that is all tied in there, and that'll actually probably be my next video. So, okay, I say all of this to say, I read through the explanations that she listed out. I looked at her screenshots. I pulled the material myself, read more of it. Okay. In my opinion, is she wrong in that it was presented in a glossed over, sugar-coated way? No. I personally do not disagree with that statement. But I also don't find the curriculum racist. Sorry, not sorry. Guys, I don't. I have seen nothing yet to persuade me to the cancel culture side of the belief that the good and the beautiful is racist. Will I use the good and the beautiful this upcoming year? At this time, no. Because I don't want to have to put in the extra work to teach it in a secular way. Not because I feel the good and the beautiful is a racist company. Now, I want to ask my super fantastic subscribers and viewers, if you know more about this, if you know why I am getting commenters claiming that the good and the beautiful is racist, and I have missed it in my research, please leave me a comment down below and explain to me with some supporting evidence as to why. Because if in fact the good and the beautiful is racist, truly racist, I would never support them again, ever. Whether I was a secular homeschooler or not, I would never willingly, knowingly support an organization that is racist. That's just not going to happen. So help me out. And if you know more about this, more details, if you have more, supporting evidence, please leave me a comment below, or even better, reach out to me on Instagram, where you can send me private messages. That would be great. And honestly, if this turns into enough of a, open discussion, I might even consider doing a live stream so that we could, communicate more in real time. But I want to end this video with a proposed challenge to anybody that is viewing this, okay? And that is, please do not be a part of what I feel, again, my opinion, don't come for me, is a really big problem in the homeschool community. The reason why I created this YouTube channel was because I didn't fit anywhere in the homeschool world. I was, in my opinion, discriminated against in the religious circles because I wouldn't sign a statement of faith, because my faith doesn't perfectly align with what, you have to believe in this and this and this, and you can't believe in, equality or blah, blah, blah. No, I could check some of those boxes, but I couldn't in good faith be disingenuous about who I am and what I believe in. And I feel my family and I are highly discriminated against in the religious circles of homeschooling, which, if you've watched any of my past videos, is extraordinarily frustrating, because I live right in the middle of the Bible Belt, and we have no support. We actually have bullying and just a lot of struggles. So there's that. And then when I attempted to self-identify as a secular homeschooler, regardless of the fact, right, that we are a family of faith, we choose to secular homeschool. So I thought, well, I'll just, be in these circles. And now I don't have any physically where I live, but virtually. And until I created this channel, can I tell you, I have been kicked out, banned, blocked from secular homeschool support groups, if you will, on Facebook, because I will not insult, discriminate against, or participate in the cancel culture that if you are a secular homeschooler, then you are against religious-based homeschooling. No, nay. Guys, it breaks my heart that we have to categorize ourselves, that we have to stuff ourselves in these boxes with these labels, that we cannot all just be in harmony homeschoolers. And regardless of what curriculum you choose, and regardless of what faith you have or do not have, regardless of your sexual orientation, or regardless, if you're a work from home mom, but you also homeschool, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your unique circumstances are. If we could just love and support and uplift one another, if we could just be each other's people and just cheer one another on and just rally one another, rally around one another, whether you are an outschooler, an in-schooler, a secular homeschooler, a religious-based homeschooler, whether your kids go to public school and you just do gap schooling, it doesn't matter. Guys, we are moms. We have some of the hardest jobs in the world, and we choose to take on the education of our children for our own individual reasons. Whatever that looks like for you, why you have chosen that path for you and for your family, it does not matter to me. If you want to be a secular homeschooler who uses faith-based curriculums, but you teach them in a secular way, rock on. You have my support. If you're an outschooler or an in-schooler, you have my support. If you're an atheist and you secular homeschool and it cannot have a single mention or, implication of religion in there, okay, you have my support. I'm just here to support you to be your best self and to uplift you and to encourage you and to create a safe place where we can just be homeschooling families that learn from one another and help and encourage one another regardless of all the rest of the details. Because I find, again, don't come for me, I find it exceptionally arrogant when somebody believes that they know what is best for you and your family and they're not you, or that somebody would believe that they know what is best for my family when they're not me and they're not my family. So I don't believe in cancel culture. So far, my answer to a lot of attempted research in answering the question, is the good and the beautiful racist? All I can find is, sorry, not sorry, I'm not trying to hurt anybody here, but all I have seen so far is people that do not agree with the good and the beautiful, how it presents their history curriculum. And guys, there's nothing wrong with that. Nope, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Don't support them. Don't use it. Use something else. But that doesn't mean the culture, the whole company is racist. Another thing that I read that, again, in my opinion, one blogger was discriminating against the good and the beautiful curriculum, accusing them of being racist, if you will, because it was created by a woman who belongs to the Mormon church, the Church of Latter-day Saints, I believe. But so they assumed that the good and the beautiful is being taught with a Mormon perspective. Guys, it's not. It's not. And so I think we need to be very careful when we start making these assumptions and we start lumping these big assumptions all together. And then the next thing we know, we're spreading misinformation, maybe not even intentionally. And we're participating in the very reason why many of us homeschool and why many of us secular homeschool. And I have found that it is not any longer just the religious community that discriminates in homeschooling. They're not. Secular homeschoolers, my experience, have been just as bad. I am hoping to be something different. That's the whole point of being here, that we can all be respectful and encouraging of one another. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, if you have more information about this and you can leave me with things to, links that I can go, that I can research it, I want to know, because I would never, ever consider supporting them in the future if they truly are a racist company. That would break my heart. But so far, I just see that it is not a curriculum that is going to work for everybody. Guys, I don't think there's any curriculum that does. And that is perfectly okay. That does not mean that it is not a wonderful curriculum for someone else. And I caution you to remember, friends, that words matter. Words matter. And it might be nothing to you to operate on the assumption or the belief that the good and the beautiful is racist. But by you just passing by a YouTuber's channel and leaving a comment like that, you have no idea the ripple effect of who that could touch and who that could hurt and who that could, cause a major hiccup on their homeschooling journey. And friends, let's not forget, this is already a difficult journey. And so I don't want us to take something like that lightly when it could really cause a big hurdle or discouragement to another homeschooling family or mom or dad who might see that. So let's be very intentional with our words and with our facts. And if you have any more information on this and you can help me sort why I'm seeing these comments, I would love to know. Leave me a comment down below. Guys, if you found something of value here today in this video, I would love to have you like this video, subscribe, join the Unruly family. I am still contemplating creating a Facebook group where there would actually be tolerance. And you would not have to be a secular homeschooler. You would not have to be a religious homeschooler. You just could be a homeschooler or somebody that's considering homeschooling. I want us to have a safe way to express ourselves and to question things and to learn and grow from one another. And so hopefully that is something that we can do in the future. But until then, we do have our comment section here, and we do have our Instagram page as well, where you can send me messages. So I hope this video finds you well. Friends, if nobody has told you today, if nobody will, you are enough. Exactly who you are, exactly where you are today, you are enough. And I'm so glad that you stopped by and that we had a chance to visit. I hope we can talk soon. Bye.